A very good morning, my dear Silent Rose family. Today, on November 1st, the Catholic Church celebrates a very special day called All Saints' Day. On this special day, we honor all the saints who have faithfully and diligently interceded for us for our different causes and for our protection. Now, when many of us think of a saint, we think that a saint is someone who has always led a perfect, a holy life. And so, when the Catholic Church teaches us that each and every one of us are called to be saints in our everyday life, we think that this is such an impossible task or goal to have in our life. But the reality, dear friends, is that a saint is somebody who always acknowledged their broken human nature, but still let God step in and take their broken lives and mold something beautiful and holy out of it. They diligently and faithfully offered up whatever they could of their life into serving God and His will for their lives. These are people who chose to go by God's ways rather than their own ways. And that's what makes these saints some of the closest friends who know and have experienced God's perfect holiness. We think that following God's ways may require grand gestures or great lengths of prayer and meditation, but the reality is so far from that. Saint Therese of Lisieux, the little flower herself, through her life has shown that God's holiness is really not that difficult to attain. Sometimes all it needs is more smaller and simpler ways of exhibiting holiness in your life. You are called to sainthood every single day through the simple acts of being a wonderful parent or a wonderful sibling to your brothers and sisters, or just being a shoulder of comfort to someone who is grieving or struggling with their life, or even by feeding the hungry or giving water to the thirsty, or praying for those who are not able to pray for themselves right now. As everyday saints, we are not only called to love God, we are called to love our near and dear ones, our neighbors, but most of all, you are called to love those who persecute you. The other day, as I was scrolling through Instagram, I happened to come across this very interesting quote by Father Rob Gallia, which went to say something like this: "You are only as close to Jesus as the person you love the least." The saints were very well aware of this. In their own life, if you take any saint's life and actually read it, you will realize that their journey with our Lord was never easy. They have been mocked and ridiculed for their faith. But each of these saints have time and again proven that their love for God is always far surpassing any ego or pride that they may have experienced in these situations. They always chose love over hate, peace over commotion, and fraternity over divide. And so, dear friends, this All Saints' Day, let's celebrate all the saints whose intercession and prayers we have sought over this past year. And while we do so, let's also seek their help in molding little saints within us.